Dear Dr. Curtis, in a few months it will have been 3 years since graduation. I've been meaning to write to you for a while now, but I've been busy in this post-graduation wonder everyone in college referred to as the real world. I would send you an email, but after all, you are the one who taught me that most of the real world doesn't have access to computers, or in fact the majority of goods and services we both take for granted. I'm putting together video clips that I've taken over the years to make this kind of video letter. I hope you show it in your classes. It certainly won't do much justice in explaining how you've impacted my life. I have to be honest. I signed up for your anthropology class because I thought it would be an easy A. Childhood, a global perspective. Better yet, the class didn't start till 11, which meant Tuesdays and Thursdays I got to sleep in. I didn't know the meaning of hard work.
Rasta, ule mama alikuwa anasema rasta kwa mama hapo amekaa.
It's safe to say my world as the 19-year-old freshman girl who signed up for your class was smaller. I really only traveled to Kenya the summer after that class to impress you, to scale up my resume. Volunteering in Africa sounded cool. What is it you call it? Social capital? And so the story goes, while I was in Kenya, I made some friends. Some short friends. I returned every summer throughout college with Justine, my roommate, and Toby, our friend. And during the school year, we founded a nonprofit organization called Flying Kites and raised close to $100,000 for the orphanages in Nairobi. Our money bought water tanks, and it paid rent, and purchased school supplies, and paid medical bills. But it didn't take long for us to realize that, despite our efforts, life hadn't really improved for the children living there. In class, you helped me ask uncomfortable questions surrounding aid. You helped me think about the long-term consequences of warehousing generations of orphan children in substandard conditions. This attitude of something is better than nothing with regard to helping poor children can unintentionally limit their futures. You taught us that. You taught us that it's not enough to give poor children just bowls of rice, outdated textbooks, and secondhand clothes. The summer after graduation, we moved to Kenya to buy land and build a home for orphan children away from the city slums. After recognizing the limited opportunities available to orphan children being raised in traditional orphanages, we set out to build a home that would prepare these forgotten children to compete on a world stage. In our experience, children who have known the deprivations of poverty, those who have buried their parents and slept on the streets, have a strong desire to work towards social justice. At Flying Kites, we foster this desire by fusing the drive to help those in need with the tools necessary to make their voices and actions count. We try to give orphan children an opportunity that, throughout history, charity has denied them, the chance to become leaders in our shared world. For who are we to limit their dreams? At times we've struggled, but these struggles have been nothing compared to the suffering our children have endured as a result of being born in a poor country. Their resilience reminds us to stay focused on this endeavor of providing orphan children with remarkable care. On this first site, a large farm at the foot of the Aberdares Mountains, over 80 children attend school at our center. 23 children live with us full-time, and next month we're launching our capital campaign to build 5 more family-style homes to be able to rescue an additional 130 homeless children. I hesitate at the word rescue. The greatest lesson you give your students is the insight to think critically about an issue that once seemed so unambiguous. Yes, orphaned and homeless children need our help. We are obligated to help. But in these efforts, we're equally as obliged to consider the implications of our action. When we stop thinking of them as orphans who need just the basics of care, statistics to be sheltered and fed, and when we started to think of them as children who deserve the chance to shape their own futures, only then were we able to really understand how aid can sometimes perpetuate the cycle of poverty. So thank you, Dr. Curtis, for helping shape this path of ours into the real world, and for challenging us to understand the realities of this world differently.